Asmongold has been banned from Twitch. He's AsmonGONE. Now, a lot of people have been telling me to cover this situation and actually talk about it because they're very curious about my input on this, because they know for a fact that I've talked about Asmongold before. One of the things that I talked about Asmongold before was his take on Dragon's Dogma 2 and how he could be a pivotal piece on the increase of the game's sales. I feel like he's a good workhorse for putting things in that variety. The reason for his ban from Twitch is because he's giving his opinion on things that he probably has no idea about. He has no feasible idea about certain world events, and he is saying things that are horrifically racist and horribly evil, such as they have an inferior culture over there in the Arabic countries. Is strange. They're calling him racist, they're calling him evil, they're calling him messed up, and truly he is for saying these words. That is not correct to say what he said, and I understand that a lot of people are upset and angry about what he said, but I would also like to point out that he has always been this thing. He has always been this. This has not been a single change from how he's been when he played WoW. This has not been a single change from how he's been when he played other games. He has always been this. He is not some, oh, he's turning into a right-wing grifter. No. I remember specifically, I believe it was 5 years ago, he released an update video about his life, explaining the issues he has relating to people and understanding it, and how he feels as if his core essence is low empathy. He has very low empathy, a somehow apathy and almost negative sense of how he operates. And recently, thankfully I don't have to go back 5 years, he actively released a video about 5 or 7 days ago talking about this. So what I want to talk about is this instance right here.
Started a lot when I would say in high school, and then later on it kind of entered phase 2, and that was probably somewhere around 21 or 23, somewhere around there in those age groups. And that's whenever, you know, the degeneracy really kind of went, you know, it ratcheted up to the next level. I leveled up, new expansion release, DLC, etc., right? And so this happened then, because as a kid, I was actually very much like a very conscientious kid, in the way that I basically didn't really want to be perceived in a negative way. I wanted to be seen as a good person, etc. And I've always had a big problem with being able to like relate to other people.
Right here. A big problem being able to relate to other people. I gave the previous context because he was talking about how he upgraded and how it's gotten worse, and why he lives in filth and squalor, because he feels most comfortable, because he feels like he doesn't deserve to live better than that, because he feels like he shouldn't even exist. It's a whole video. It's 35 minutes. I watched the entire thing, but let's get to this part right here specifically.
Because I think that I'm just a little bit off, right? I wouldn't say that I don't have a moral compass, but I would say that my moral compass doesn't point north. And this has been a problem in a lot of cases in my life.
Right here, he goes on to explain how, oh yeah, when I was younger, I was playing baseball with a kid, and then boom, I hit the baseball with the explicit intention of hitting the other kid, and everybody was going crazy, and I was like, oh, this is amazing, this is the greatest moment of my life. Those are the tendencies of repressed anger. Those are the tendencies of somebody that has a neurotypical or a neurological issue inside of their brain. I'm not gonna play armchair therapist and diagnose him and say, well, he is narcissistic, he is this. I consider him to have low empathy, and he has what I feel the same issue I had when I was growing up. And I still have this issue to this day, where I don't relate deeply to a lot of people. If you see my videos and a lot of my takes, you'll see that I have a bashful cruelty to how I perceive things. A cruelty that is both logical and low emotional. It has very low emotional threshold. And for that reason alone, I can say that he has always been like this. Horrible still frame. I apologize, AsmonGONE. Horrible still frame. He has always been this creature of, well, I can do this because I am this. He has wanted to end his own existence. He thought after high school that he was going to end it all. This was an accident. He didn't mean to do this. He got so depraved and dedicated and insane towards the game. A lot of people that came here now recently are here for my Dragon Ball Z videos, and they're very confused, saying, how did you 100% the game in 2 days? That's crazy. The game just came out. Because video games have been a dying passion for me. They have been my entire life. And with Asmongold, they are all he is. He is just video games. If a video game is bad, he does not want to play it. He wants to critique it and tell you why it's bad because he understands something fundamental about video games that is core to his essence and being. He is this thing because it is all he knows. It is all he grasps inside of his soul. So when he made those comments about not understanding to humans and how they have an inferior culture, he's approaching this from a gamer aspect, and a lot of people were very confused when I said this in one of my previous videos. In one of my previous videos, I stated that gamer culture has always been racist. Now, I know it sounds crazy to say that, but my experience in gamer culture, in the essence, online, in Halo lobbies, it has always, and I mean this with my whole chest, always been racist. It has always been this thing of racially motivated nonsense and disgust. And everybody on the comment section was very upset with this. They kept telling me, no, I'm not racist. I'm not racist. When I was growing up, good on you. You yourself are not racist. But gamer culture in itself has always been racist. It has been white male dominated. And I don't mean white males, all of them are racist. I'm not saying that, oh, we got to attack the white men. No, that's disgusting. Fighting racists with racism is horrible and evil. It's disgusting to do that. What I'm saying is if I went to an Xbox lobby on Halo 2 or Black Ops, I got called a slur, despite the fact that they even knew my race. They didn't care. They just said that. That was their entire thing. It was a whole thing. They were talking about it. I got called a slur in anime culture. I got called a Nigger. Naruto. It was insane. Earlier anime conventions were filled with that, brimming with it. Whenever I would upstage somebody, it would happen. This is how it's always been. So to say Asmongold is somebody that is a pivotal member of gamer culture, especially WoW culture, this is what he is. You can find hundreds of thousands of clips of WoW players dropping slurs, saying things like their entire race could be destroyed, saying really wicked and wildly evil, vitriolic things. And Asmongold is a pivotal WoW player. He was there for competitive WoW. He was there for every expansion. He was there for everything. That is just how he is. Does he need help? Obviously. Have you seen his house? It is insane. Have you seen Asmongold's house? There are dead rats all over. People make a joke about his dental care. He can't drink water because the backwash from his own breath is so disgusting that it makes him gag and vomit. There's so much. There's so much. It's disgusting. It's nasty. If you want to see Asmongold's house and you haven't seen it, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I would like to show you a very, very fun example of his bedroom. He is a millionaire 100 times over. He is a millionaire 100 times over. And without a shadow of a doubt, this is not how a grown man should be living. This is insane. This is psychotic. It is stuff everywhere. There's mold growing. There's another rat. He jokes about it with his stream chat. They say, oh my goodness, is Asmon gross? Oh my, it's Asmon gross. He needs help. And to think somebody that needs help would have a centered and rational opinion about a war, a genocide, mind you, going on the other side of the country, when he's saying that they have a crazy mindset about things, is insane. And he's apologizing and backtracking now simply because now he's been banned on Twitch. He has now officially been banned on Twitch. I don't think it's gonna last long. I really don't. He's a workhorse. He brings a lot of money to the platform. I feel like them doing that is gonna be nuts. I feel like they shouldn't do that. I don't think they're going to do that. But he said this, looking back on it, I was way too much of an a-hole about the Palestine thing. My bad. Of course, no one deserves to have their life destroyed, even if they do things or have views I find regressive. You guys deserve more than me saying stupid S like that. I'll do better. Now, from his mindset, I'm going to explain his mindset of why he said that. Because their laws in Islam are very anti-against women. He is saying that they hate women and they are destructive towards the LGBTQ. That was a big part of his thing. I watched the entire clip because I was curious what exactly he was talking about. He's saying they're inferior because their views are regressive and uphold a male-dominated society. Now, I didn't know that. I thought he was just saying that. And on a very realistic note, I have been to Arabic countries. I was raised in Egypt. There is a very big hate towards the LGBTQ and women, but that does not mean they are inferior. That means they are different. Different does not mean inferior. It's the same logic that colonizers used when they saw Africa. Is it evil? A little bit to me? 100%. A little bit aggressive? Yeah. But it is different and not evil. It is a different mindset. They got to their conclusions the way they got their conclusions. I don't hate them for that. I'm not going to say they're inferior to me because they're not. Christianity also has some things like that. Buddhism also has some things like that. Hinduism has some weird things like that. Every religion has its low points. All of them do, but that does not make them inferior. the fact of the matter is, Asmongold, now AsmongoNE, believes that. And that's just his mindset. He shouldn't have expressed that at all. Just because you have a platform doesn't mean you have to say every single thought. It's funny coming from a guy like me. But genuinely speaking, you don't have to do that. Asmongold, take some time, get some therapy, clean your house. I know you get hundreds of thousands of dollars a day from talking about games and things of that variety, but please do something constructive. I am rooting for you. I really am. I don't want to see you go. I just want to see you get better. Please.